Hey guys, it's John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur, and you're tuned into IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so happy that you have decided to tune in with me tonight. If you're new here, there's a QR code in the top right hand corner of your screen. All you need to do, it's very simple, is you simply have to go ahead and just launch your camera app. Once you do that, you'll pull that up and you'll point it over to the QR code. You'll touch the link tree. Get my link tree there by touching that yellow ellipse. If you're not watching me, but you're listening only like on an audio podcast, well, then just go to believemeachieve.com from where my amazing, inspiring creations. I really want to thank you for being here, whether you're here at 5:20 in the evening, 5:20 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 6 a.m., potato, patata. I'm so grateful that you're here. And by the way, I'm even more grateful because we have just cracked over 20,000 downloads. Give us a round of applause, right? Very, very happy that we have done that. And, we're going to be climbing up to 50 soon and pretty soon 100,000. So we're growing. And we got some great guests lined up. So I do want to thank you and, making the choice to be here. So let's get right on with the show. You know how we do this. We start with our master topics, basically the end of the week. Which is we start on a Saturday, really, and we roll through the week and we finish up on a Friday. So we're going to talk about tonight's topic, which is, inspirations for your life. And it is series 2, means we're in the second year. We are in our show 40, episode number 5. And we're talking about the difference between being nice and taken advantage of. All right. So we've been sharing a lot of tidbit bits, I should say, about this. And, when we think about being nice, I think that's what everyone wants to do. And, there's nothing wrong with being nice. But I think the problem comes in that if we're not nice, then there can be an issue, right? But sometimes people are too nice, right? They're too nice. And when they're too nice, then issues happen. Yeah, issues happen. So, issues like people walking all over you. But let's talk about one right now that I want to talk about. So again, I'm so happy you're here with me. And like I said, being nice versus getting taken advantage of is really, really important to understand. So maybe you've pondered why some individuals appear to exploit your kindness. Do they think your kindness is really weakness? It's not. And so, as we embark on a professional journey together here into the psychology behind the behavior unraveling, the pivotal reasons, which are elevating others and setting healthy boundaries. Okay. I think that's really important to understand. And so, as we dissect these things, right, and we talk about, what it means. So when we elevate others, we're being nice. And so sometimes people need that extra boost, right? So elevating others will do that for us in a very cool way. However, sometimes when people get elevated, they actually have issues because they're doing it out of an ego, not out of kindness, not out of someone that wants to make a brighter day or a brighter life, right? So I think those are pretty much important things for everyone. I mean that. I mean for everyone. So when we think about being nice, right? We're nice because we know when we're nice, things just flow better, they go better. People have more respect for us. We're not nice because we're necessarily looking for something. We're nice because we know that if we're nice, people will be nice to us, right? That's probably the name of the game. However, I find that some people, when they're trying to be nice, they just get too caught up in the minutia. And the fact that, maybe they were too nice. And by being too nice, people will walk over you, as we said, just because they can. And, thinking about elevating yourself and elevating others, elevating others is something you do with a knack. It's not to, let's say, gaslight them. No, it's to be sincere and truthful. And so when you elevate someone, you bring them up. So maybe someone, for example, is a new speaker and they're really self-conscious about how they look, how they're talking, what they're saying, how's my voice sound, how am I holding my hands, what am I doing? And so a good thing to do if you're in the office audience, maybe a friend is like, you're doing great, or you gave a great speech today. I love the way you made eye contact with the audience. Talk about the positive things. That's really, really good. You know what's going to happen? That person's going to want to do another presentation again to that group or someone else. So why not be kind and elevate someone and give them a sincere compliment? Okay. When we do this, you're going to see like their eyes sparkle. Okay. And they get that extra ping in their step, like, wow. Right. And so that wow is all about what your life could be. Have you ever done something in life and it just didn't go the way you wanted? Maybe it was the first time you did it. It could be playing a sport, could be making a cake, it could be studying, it could be anything. And you tried so hard, but you didn't even get close. As we would say in swimming, you didn't even make it to the diving board, or you didn't even make it to the pool. Now, I don't say that to be nasty. I say that because maybe there's some extra work you need to do first. Maybe if you weren't a swimmer, like you guys know that I learned to swim when I was really young. And being a Pisces, I love water, but I didn't want to go swimming when I was younger. Not because I didn't like the feel of water. I was not sure how to swim, how to blow bubbles. Remember how you do it? So you start down like this. So you do like this and you go, brrr, 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 and you go this side. Brrr, brrr, brrr. You get the idea. So you blow bubbles and it's part of your process. And I remember the first time that I learned how to swim, whether it was doing the crawl stroke, whether it was doing the breaststroke, I still love to this day to go into the water at the shallow end and just swim all the way to the deep end and just pop right up and then do that all the way back. It's really cool to do that. Now, thinking about your life and thinking about if you had this thing you were doing and somebody, maybe it was a friend, it was a family member, and maybe they stroked your ego just a little bit, okay? And that gave you just a little bit of confidence. That confidence was able to get you to muster up a little bit more faith, just a little bit, to allow you to complete what you're doing. So I think we all need to be elevated sometimes. I don't care if you're a professional, I don't care if you're in college or if you're just a teenager. We all want to be elevated, but a lot of us don't ask to be elevated. Maybe you're learning to drive a car and I don't know, you're getting everything wrong because you're just so nervous and you just can't. You're like, oh my gosh, I got to do that. I got to put the seatbelt on, which we obviously know how to put the seatbelt on. But then not only to put the seatbelt on, you have to go back and you have to check the mirrors. After you check the mirrors, you check the side mirror, you check the up mirror, you check that. And pretty soon it's just sudden nature, right? That you just do it like automatically. And all that worrying is for nothing. Even when you're in a car, you have to look before you change lanes. When you're learning this, it's like, oh my gosh, I've got to do all this. I'm never going to learn how to drive. But then when somebody starts to say to you, whether it's a parent or friends, like, John, you'll be fine. You'll be good. Once you get the hang of this, it's like almost automatic. And it did become automatic. But if somebody wouldn't have said to me, hey, John, you're going to get this, I might have still been concerned. And so maybe it's a kid and maybe he's playing baseball and he's not swinging right. Give him some motivation, elevate him. You're really a great catcher. You're really a good this. Find something they're good at. And you know what? These other skills or traits that they have that aren't as, let's say, developed as they would want them to be or we would want them to be are going to start to grow. And the reason they grow is because The kid, the child, the adult starts to develop this feeling because they've done something right, because they got that pat on the back. Now, we can't always be looking for a pat on the back, but my point here is that we want to elevate people in a genuine manner. And that is being nice. If I elevate you and then I gaslight you, right? I take you down, I bring you up, and then I bring you right down. That is sarcastic and that's wrong. And I'd be doing that because I'm trying to belittle you or make you look smaller and raise me up. But really, what it does is it makes me look like a fool and a lot of other bad words, but it makes me look like a fool because I'm trying to make you fail so I can look better. That is a terrible, terrible thing, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is setting healthy boundaries. We've talked about boundaries before, but people generally get into problems, whether it's relationships, whether it's in business, or perhaps it might even just be with your neighbors, or maybe with somebody at work. Boundaries, setting healthy boundaries. These are boundaries you can live with. These are boundaries you're comfortable with. Even if somebody else says, hey, I don't like that. I had one person one time when I was doing something, he said, John, I don't do boundaries. So I was like, what is that supposed to mean? It means everything's free reign. And that person expected me to have no boundaries. And I'm like, well, I don't quite roll that way. And when somebody knows you have boundaries, they're going to be a little more respectful of you because they don't want to do anything directly to antagonize or to make you feel bad. There was a gentleman today. He wanted to be on one of my podcasts. And, I was talking to him. First thing he asked me is, well, gee, how much do I get paid? And I said, well, we don't pay you anything. I said, I have celebrities, I have authors, I have thought leaders from around the world. Well, I'm working on a multi-million dollar book. And I was like, okay, I'm saying to myself, good for you. And he's like, I look at your Facebook page, look at your social media, and I'm out. I said, no, you're not out because of that. You're out because I don't want to pay you. Then he's telling me how he's out of work. And so it seemed to me like he was being nice, but really what he was doing is he was gaslighting me. And also he was trying to manipulate me and tell me, well, other people don't even show up unless, they get like $1 million. And I was like, well, I guess maybe I found people that are nice that actually care about others. You see, our mission on the show, Inspiration for Your Life, is for me to become a better version of myself and help others become better versions of themselves. And the reason I do that is because when I become a better version of myself, I help you become a better version of yourself. It's not being selfish. But we have to set these boundaries. When you meet someone, this is what you do. This is what you don't do, right? When you meet someone, the first thing you do is you shake their hand. Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm John Morley. Pleasure to meet you. And be sincere. People that shake your hand like a fish, or people that shake your hand like, they're trying to be a strong man, to like they have to prove something. They're stronger than you. They're idiots. And they're just showing how much they have an ego. And they expect you to kowtow into that ego. Now, usually people, this has been my experience, and I've been around celebrities, I've been around thought leaders, authors, etc. Usually the people that have this attitude that they're greater than thou really don't have anything. And I think we all need to learn every day to be humble. I've said this before, eat humble pie. Elevating others is not hard, but why don't people do it? I think they don't do it because they're afraid that they're not going to be at the top anymore. There's room at the top for more people, especially when we collaborate. That's a really good word, collaborate. I'm not talking about somebody who's going to replace you. I'm talking about somebody who's going to help collaborate with you. And so elevate people in life. Could be your mom, could be your dad, could be brother, sister, friend, significant other, teacher, coach. Hey, coach, you're really great when it comes to explaining these plays on paper. And when I get on the field, and you're telling me to go here, there. I mean, you know what you're talking about, but I don't quite understand all this language yet. I've only been working with you a few months. And so you know exactly where you want me to be. I don't. I guess we got to figure the signals out a little better so I understand like what you want. And we got to just come up with a couple of them until I learn because I feel bad when I go to the field that I'm not doing what you want. And I know you're frustrated because you can't get me to do it. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's that I don't know whether you want me to be a halfback and fullback, or I don't know where you want me to go. And so the rest of the team's like the same thing. It's like, we think you're a great coach, but when you're on the sideline and we don't know how you're communicating, we get so frustrated. And we sometimes get angry with ourselves and the other players because we're like, why aren't we getting this? Are we stupid? No, we just don't understand the language. So sometimes language causes a problem. And that problem is when somebody means to elevate you, they actually pull you down. So if communication is the reason why you're, let's say, de-elevating someone, get serious about communication and know what your words and your gestures mean and know what others are. And if you have a question or confusion, hey, Mike, I don't know, I'm seeing you do this and I'm seeing you do that. And like, I'm getting mixed signals here. Am I doing the right thing? Oh, yeah, you're fine. I remember one time I was with a friend of mine. He got pulled over. And he was making all these different gestures before the guy got in the car. And the cop came over to him and was about to give him a ticket because he's, like he's all annoyed with the cop. And really what he was annoyed with the cop, but he turned it around and was like, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. And he's talking to himself. And so he turned it around. And the cop believed him that, I'm just a dumb idiot. Because first the cop thought it was about him. Really, it was about him. But my friend was very shrewd and turned it around. And the cop believed that he was actually, insulting himself. So that was pretty cool. So when we think about others, we should elevate them, right? And if we set healthy boundaries, we're never going to do something or be placed in a situation that we're uncomfortable with. And if somebody expects us to go there, we can say, hey, I just don't do that. Or that's not something I'm comfortable with doing this early in the game. That's all you do. That's it. So it's important that you immerse yourself in this thought-provoking content that I provide here on this episode and many others. You can click the link, which is podcastj.podbean.com, or you can go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. I know you're all hungry for more awe-inspiring content and motivation. So dive into our treasure trove of articles, resources, and much more at believemeachieve.com. You're going to be wondering why you haven't been here before. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you this fantastic evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel, comment below, and share this out with everyone you know on social media. And then you know what I'd love you to do? Go to believemeachieve.com and click on that link to help keep our content free. And make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a scrumptious bowl of desserts. Either way, we're going to be grateful. Those pennies and dollars, we'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to be an amazing person that's even better than you already are. Now, last time I checked, I think we were a little over 21 or 22,000 downloads. Very close to be hitting 30,000 soon, and it won't be long to be hit 50,000. I would love you to join me on this amazing speechless journey. Of course, I have lots of words, but choose to join me and your life will become better, and so will the people that hang around you. I hope you guys have an amazing evening. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, set boundaries. And of course, besides setting boundaries, elevate others. It's not going to cost you anything. And if you're put down a little bit low because you elevated somebody for a moment, it's not going to kill your ego. So just deal with it. Have yourself a great one, everyone, and be well.